How much you come to trans to road?
240. You blow your tire. Okay. We're just deflating tires, just to have better contact area with the ground and a little bit of better ride quality, that the tire is not as hard when it's inflated, and then you have a little bit of float in the tire between the rim and the ground. That it's, when you drive on gravel, a little bit of maybe 60, 80, 100 or so, that you don't have a very hard ride. Secondly, that when its hard tire is wider, I mean when it's inflated, its contact with the ground is only about limited to a certain extent. But when you deflate the tire, this contact area, the contact area between the ground and the tire is a little bit wider, and therefore it's better grip and better traction when you're going around in 4x4 high. So generally that's what we're doing. After a somewhat long drive, we arrived in the late afternoon in Witsand. The reception was wonderful. They checked us in and gave us campsite numbers. Tomorrow we're doing Dunes, Banna. First time, and don't have a guide, so it's gonna be like big learning curve. I hope nothing bad happens, eh? Campsites 1 to 10, there we go. And with the campsites, just to note, they've got water, they've got electrical points and shared ablutions. The shared ablutions have got warm water, and they're quite neat and clean, so it's something really, if you want to camp in Witsand, it's a good place to camp.
Oh, there's another one.
And then the other one's important.
Okay, where do we go? This side.
You see the and then we can talk, where does it open to?
You see your Lokuzala
To that side.
under the tree there we can base
So
camp.
one of us has to go in reverse. I'll open this side to open that side. Okay. So I'll go forward, you'll go in reverse.
Given 2 campsites, so we got ones that were opposite. So the one guys were sitting here, so we could actually cross between the campsites. So the guys on the left were the guys with the rooftop tents, and the guys on the right hand side were the guys with the ground tents. So the guys with the ground tents said that their campsite is named now Alex, and they're naming our Sentin because we're sitting in the rooftop tents. So we all like what's this? Why are you giving us names? But that rained throughout the evening, and it was competition between now Sentin and Alex throughout the night. They're trying to set up camp. What? Oh, there we go. Sure. Ya ska tshaba o tla ka mo sentini ka mo bana. Yeah, ka no tsena fela.
But PowerPoint is like
I keep on in nine. The lady was okay, that lady, she's still there.
Yeah, like you saw, not like what like.
PowerPoint guy. Mara guy. We should have one here.
The engine compartment
Yeah.
is hot. Put it on the block. Put it there, forget about it for a while. Forget about it for a while. It shall defrost. Now that is a bush microwave.
I was particularly looking forward to using my front row rooftop tent for the first time. I had gotten it a couple of months back, and I wanted to really feel it out and just get to feel the mattress. I've seen reviews on it, and I just wanted to experience it myself. So generally, everybody was happy and looking forward to setting up tents for the first time. I'm trying to get everything connected to actually my lights to my the rooftop tent.
yes.
Eh?
Let's check the guys with the grand houses. They take us. Yes, to set up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do this to here. It's this thing. It's a Fenton larger one. Our plans for the morning is to hit the dunes. We hit Witsand. We drive on the 4x4 train. It's all sandy. We're gonna hit the dunes, sand dunes somewhere up there. We're gonna slide on the boards, and we're gonna also take up the vehicles up the dunes. So it's a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous because I've never done it. It's my first time, so I don't know how it's gonna be. I just hope and pray that it's gonna be a pleasant and good experience. My fear is damaging the vehicle or something in the vehicle in the process. That's the only fear, but I guess that's what adventure is about. The guys are behind me, the two cruisers, the Land Cruiser 79. Both the double cab and the single cab couldn't come.
You see what it does to the Vaseline?
Oh, your wife shouldn't know this. Yeah, hey, don't go far.
This is nice.
We learned how to drive. Ultimately, I think we knew how to drive on the Dune after a few experiences. I decided I gave it 2 tries, and I was like, that's it. First time I made it all the way to the top, except for my back wheels, and I had to slide back. Scary moments, but then Nduna with the great Toyota Hilux, he went up the Dune like he was not really heavily loaded with the vehicle, and he just kept his gears locked in gear and went up the dunes, came back. Jura did the same thing. Taki Gone Wild went up. I think he gave it 2 tries, and the 3rd try he hit it, and he went up again. And so I said, nah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna, because I couldn't really lock my gears. My gear lever has a little bit of of a problem, so I need to just get it sorted out. So I was like, nah, I'm I'm fine with this.
If I just crossed over,
Now,
these
okay,
guys.
now we need a safety officer in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy must be the safety officer.
Now this one, what this thing, what does it prove to us? It proves to us that our safety protocols are not
being
up to
traced.
scratch, and we need to do this. Because
So safety officer
we
and
messed
you.
up here.
We are gone.
It's not only you.
It's
we're
all of
saying,
us.
All of us. Because now to recover, I was telling Steven, one of our workers were recovering it from Springbok. The insurance wanted 60,000 to recover the car.
So you had to go fetch it yourself.
Yeah, we had to hire a trailer. We went and fetched it ourselves. It's a learning curve.
You are, you are in our
Safety officer.
I almost said our employment.
So
How many alkaline water is left?
There's still two.
I fuck, I'm gonna have my beer. Let's have some water. I'm a passenger today. I'm gonna have my beer.
Have you not been drinking already?
Eh?
Have you not been drinking? No, we've been here.
Lesego, I'm on holiday, Baba. I'm not even driving.
I'm asking.
No, I'm taking it easy.
Oh,
It's like a trip. Let's go like fuck.
So I need to spend another like 25k. I paid 25k for this suspension and then 6k for the airbags. That's 31.
So you're saying what your suspension is?
Yeah, I need to change all of it.
Yes,
Make it higher.
Yeah, and also it's not hard enough.
Can what is it?
It's an old man M.
Or they gave you the wrong.
I paid for a heavy duty one and that, but
It's not heavy duty.
it's not.
clearly, yeah.
Yeah, and then the shop that fitted it closed down. You're making us look bad in front of Ford.
The phone was just cutting it like hot knife on butter, Baba.
Hilux doesn't need traction. The Ford guys are the ones that need traction. You see,
Power and track and talk.
Follow the way.
Ford Ranger needs traction. That's why I put it at the front.
Let him come and
Okay, you see there.
What?
yeah.
Where is my car?
Okay, Dune.
Is it right behind you? Just tell me. Where's my car?
It's in front because it needs traction.
Let's leave it there.
Okay, just
You should be prepared, or at least
So you are crying that you are the last one now. It's fine.
no, it's not about crying. We can do repeat the same exercise. Let's get someone to lead.
Yeah. No, no.
We must prove it.
Guys, it's fine. You wait about the fourth, fifth attempt. It's the 10th one. I think the 10th one. It's fine. No, I was just saying that some just hit it one time, you know. Others take 4 times to get that one. Yeah, well, let me go sort my gear thing out. Yeah, then I'll come back to the gym. If I can lock my gears, I can do it. Let me show you one thing. Come here, come. Let me show you. That's the Ford Ranger. It's on the other side. Here's the Dune. Come check here. Come check here. It's 1, 2, 3 Toyotas on the other side of the Dune. I don't know what to say. Short. It's gonna make it. Hilux.
But sometimes there is a drop, they mustn't come here.
Lesego, you see how it's done, Baba?
Yeah, tap.
Oh. Nduna.
Keep it coming. Tempo.
Yeah. Oh, there's a drop, yeah. Don't want to fly.
Like in
And then
Dune.
you can come to the right of me. Don't go that way, come. Good.
Yeah, there was a few struggles here and there, but we made it out, and we had a nice time. Then we went to camp, did lunch, and got back to doing some of we still had network reception then, so we could catch up on a little bit of work and some emails and so on, and went into the evening for our second night at Witsand. So it was a wonderful experience. It's something to definitely go back to. So we woke up to a beautiful morning. The weather was just perfect for the day, and we were welcomed by the residents of Witsand, of the campsites, the monkeys. They were there and they were just waiting for us to come out of our tents and be like, hey. So yeah, they were just a nuisance, man. I don't want to lie. You close this, they want to open it up, they're always looking. When you open up the vehicle at the back, they're looking. What are you taking out? You should leave it open. So one of the guys lost rusks. We lost quite a few things. We had food stolen from the previous night. So yeah, when you're in Witsand, just be careful. Those guys are there, eh? But yeah, they were not to a point where we just were defeated. We would just find a way to work with them.
How far is the garage? Some people. Okay.
I've got a lot of beef. We can use maybe for 2 days.
There's chicken as well. You remember the chicken?
Yeah.
I also have chicken. Yeah.
We live in Witsand. We're on our way to Augrabies, and we're stopping by Appington just to restock a few things and fill up. I would say one of the biggest costs in overlanding is your fuel cost, from what I've seen. I think in this trip we're gonna do possibly about 3,000 kilos or so, and you work it out per liters per 100 k's. Your biggest cost is definitely your fuel.
Now I'm gonna have to main tank. So that's why
I thought with the dunes, I depleted.
Mdu should have gone to the dunes. I think he realizes that now. No, put it in, my sister.
Hey,
Is it full?
full.
How many liters is it?
127.60.
170.
27.
127. I'm just putting 66 liters.
We arrived in Augrabies National Park, a very beautiful park, must say. Now, we checked ourselves in, and they told us where the campsites are, and we went in. What we were expecting to find demarcated campsites. Now, it's just like a caravan park. You park anywhere except on the grass, and you pitch your tent. We're even allowed to pitch our tent. No, you're not even allowed to pitch your tent on the grass. But I think that's good for conservation and just keeping the upkeep. But it was quite packed. The numbers in the campsite were a lot. We felt that now we don't want to stay here for 2 nights, which we scheduled to. So we then changed and said, no, let's go to Rimfastmark. I had to call the booking agent to just see what our options are. And we decided, no, let's go to Rimfastmark. So we came here, we want to just have a look at the falls. The campsite, the best thing if you want to enjoy Augrabies, believe me, book a chalet, at least from what I've seen. Here we come here. So the whole group is here. We want to quickly just have a look at the falls, they call it. And so it's me, Judah and Nduna who are here. So we want to have a look, and then from there go back. We're probably gonna come here tomorrow again. It's Orange River coming in. I think it starts, they say, from all the way from the Lesotho Mountains, and it passes through and it gets to a waterfall. Now it falls in a beautiful basin with rock formations, and that's where I think all the noise comes from. And it's called Augrabies from the Khoi language, which means a place of great noise. That's what I understand it to be. I understand the Orange River, the water comes from all the way from the Lesotho Mountains. That's what I understand it to be. If I'm wrong, you can correct me there on the comments, which would be appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you like the video, if you like us to do more of these, please like and maybe share it to your WhatsApp groups, share it to your Facebook, share it to your Instagram and so on. I'd appreciate that. And we came back from the waterfalls, and somebody had to cook, so I was responsible for the braai. I fried the meat. Then we had the guys chopping the chips, which had its own little not arguments, but yeah, let's say a little bit of arguments here and there.
This guy's teaching don't make sense. Huh?
So this chicken, should I put more?
But no, there's a pepper. We'll eat for breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay.
make all of it.
Right food never goes to waste.
Yeah, I like this Meerkat, guys. You won't go hungry when you are with them, eh? Leon.
Check here, Baba.
No, I'm no longer checking. I showed you what to do. So just do and do it proper.
So what, is he teaching you or are you teaching him?
He's a bad student.
This guy is teaching me things that don't make sense.
Because he's saying, imagine you tell your teacher when they say this is a theorem of Pythagoras. They say, why must it be AC squared? This doesn't make sense. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
And then you drop out of school. Because the Pythagoras theorem doesn't make sense.
Lovely night. It was okay. It was quiet. We slept, and that was our Augrabies' first night. But we told ourselves this was the last night.
So this is egg fried rice. Judah special. Or get dark. Special. Take blind lights.
Oh, yes, specific. Oh, okay.
You are my guinea pig. Is it nice?
First time.
Is it
First time eating.
is it cold? Is it warm?
Make it water. Hey,
It's still warm. Very nice.
make it hot. It must be hot so that we can eat the food.
We had made up our mind that we're going to Rimfasmark. Now, Rimfasmark showed from Augrabies to be about less than 10 kilos, about 10 kilos or so. And we're thinking, it's like 10 minutes to the max, we're there. Maybe for the bit of gravel, 30 minutes max if you really.
Don't do that, man. Must tell us where we're going.
I get it. Fair enough.
So this one is an hour going there.
Just 20 kilometers per hour.
You said that like keep it quiet to see.
When we listen,
When we turn
When
there,
we
my
come-
GPS are saying go this way.
yeah, but I'm trying to explain to you. That's all. When we turn right there, it's not far. Then you're over the river, you're in the settlement. That one that shows you 1.5 kilo. It's the other side of the village.
When we follow GPS, it's giving us a route.
Yeah, but okay, now we're saying we're left to 20 kilometers.
Where are we going?
To travel. Where we're going. To speed.
Now I don't have fuel and I don't have time. Why are we wasting time? Shorter distance or taking a longer distance? Where are we going?
But again, we are using the barricade, the tunnel. Telling you.
I don't know. Maybe that's just move, but
But let's take what I'm saying. I'm asking you to believe what I'm saying.
it's fine. Let's go. I'm not that big, guys. We must just.
No, it's fine, but just take what I'm saying.
I'm not relaxed. I'm like I'm flow, but I'm like a campus again. I'm like stress. Why would you